What it do, homies? It's your boy Dave, and I'm back today. We out here with another Nightwish reaction. I feel like it's been like a million years since I've done one. This time we're going to take a look at their song Nemo. Now, I'm pretty sure that all the reactions that I've done to Nightwish have all been from their Wacken or Wacken, however you want to pronounce that, 2013 live concert, because it seems like that's where they were giving the best performances. So let's go ahead and shut up and turn it up. I'm ready for another floorgasm, and I'm also what's his name? Tomas. Was that his name? Yeah, I think his name is Tomas. Ready for him to throw down as well. Honestly, when it comes to Nightwish, when it comes to Floor, it's just her ability to just nail these notes that she's singing and just be able to go like high and low whenever she needs to is just absolutely fantastic. And just the amount of control that she has over her voice is just stunning each time. And not only that, but her vocals are pure and clean. You know what I'm saying? No raspiness anywhere, no wavering where it shouldn't be. I like how this opened up to begin with the piano. You guys see the crowd instantly recognized it. I don't even think he got past maybe 2 notes before the crowd was like, yeah, this Nemo, we about to jam out. But I like the way it ended. This song seems to be a little bit on the what do you want to call it? Not necessarily on the low side, but kind of like one of those easy jam to songs. But of course, we were only a minute in. I just wanted to throw some of those remarks out there about what I'm thinking so far. So we're gonna go back about 5 seconds. Is that a recorder? Okay, hold on. Before we jump into this, I gotta make some more remarks. So, right after I hit play, when we was at the 1 minute mark, I like how gentle it comes in, but then the guitarist kind of comes in immediately and kind of ramps up the attitude that's going on, right? Like I think that's a recorder back there he's playing. I don't believe it's the flute, and I don't believe it's the piccolo, because those if I'm too sure, played from the side, and then it's not a clarinet. Could not clarinet. I think it's a recorder. I think that's what it was. But it's just a very interesting instrument that you would include, because those are definitely the type of that tone that it sounds. That kind of does give me like fantasy vibe, which is, you know, with Nightwish, you never know what you're gonna get. But I always get huge fantasy vibes from their stuff. But they're just their way to kind of like seamlessly blend like fantasy and like hard rock. I think they are definitely one of the ones that does it really, really well. What do you call it, like symphonic metal or something like that? Is that the genre that these guys make? Because that's what it seems like, because of the instruments that they play. I love how the guitar solo was kind of like, it was like mid-level intense, but for the most part it was trying to carry the melody versus like absolutely just staying up there and shredding, you know what I mean? Because sometimes you don't want to counteract the what do you want to call it, like the tone of the song by just getting up there and just starting shredding everything, you know what I mean? Even though you got the ability to shred, doesn't always mean that you should. So I like his ability to kind of just keep it calm and keep it going. The switch up with the sound, now that's nice, right? I talk about retention a lot when on this video, not on this video, but in my reaction channel, is that, you know, when you're playing a song, sometimes you gotta give the song a different dynamic, right, in order to keep the listeners engaged. And that breakdown definitely, I was like, whoa, where did that come from? And of course, Floor with her fine self coming out here blessing us with the goddess, them goddess vocals. And another thing, the backtrack, I think it was like, it kind of gave me like horror, right? What was it? It was some chords that was playing in the background. Kind of gave me like horror, but also angelic. You know what I'm saying? It's like you get a mixture of feelings when you listen to Nightwish. You never know what to think, man. You just sitting here, you just jamming. All right. Now that's how the song started, right? To the octave higher. Hold on, I want to go back to a scene. Hold on, let me go back to one scene. Hold on. If you ain't feeling like that right after you got done playing your song, I don't want to hear it, bro. You need to feel like that at every performance. That type of expression right there, that means you giving it your all into the performance, man. I pay attention to stuff like that. Sometimes when you see these bands and they perform over and over again, right, they don't feel it. And sometimes you hear it in a song, like the intensity. They could be playing the same notes the same exact way, but it's going to sound different. So I like that feeling of satisfaction right there. The ending of it definitely kind of, like, I like the way they concluded it. It was almost as if we're watching like an action hero that just broke through their limits. You know what I mean? And broke through their limits and finally defeated the enemy that's been overpowering them all this time. That's what those vocals gave me. Not vocals, but that's what the backtrack and the rest of the sound gave me. And then I believe she went an octave higher. The reason why I find that impressive, and the fact that it happens later in the song, is because the low tone that she was singing, it's hard. What I would imagine, right? Because I'm not a vocal coach. I would imagine it's harder to sing that way. Because you have to force a lot of air, and you also kind of got to let your throat open a little bit more, and you got to force the air. And sometimes if you're not careful, you can become breathless. Now, her going an octave higher, right? I believe she has to tighten her vocals, and she got to remain on key. And like I said, this is after she's been dancing and twirling and doing everything, and she's absolutely killing it. I'm telling you guys, that stuff is harder than it looks. Like, it's really, really hard. And one of the things I'm starting to appreciate as I'm doing these reaction channels is singers and their range and their ability to perform this stuff live and make it sound just as good, if not better, than what you'd hear on the studio. Because I do like to look at artists in a live performance, because that gives me a sense of how good they actually are, because they're not hiding behind mixing and editing. So Nightwish is definitely one of them bands. Of course, I wasn't really paying much attention to the song, the lyrics anyways, but I'm just going to go and look at what it was about. For Nightwish, what I've come to learn is that I've started to want to just dissect the music than the lyrics. The lyrics might have some powerful meanings. I think in their Ghost Night, what was it called? Ghost Night score, they had a pretty good song there with some pretty good lyrics, but this one, the music just automatically commanded me. So I was listening to her sing, I was listening to her notes, but I wasn't really too focused on the lyrics. I don't want you guys to write like a whole entire paragraph down there about what it's about. If you can summarize it, fine. I'm going to go look it up anyways, but you guys go ahead and let me know what else y'all thought about this video and the song. That's the end of this video. If you enjoyed the content, leave a like and subscribe. Dave's out.